Okay, I did a little simpler of a 3D drawing so that you know, we can experiment a little more with structural members here. Okay, so whoops. Okay, yeah, 2 by 2. And I'll just create these as part of the same group, and we'll do a new group here for this one right here. Okay, now, and I guess I can do this as part of a new group. Yeah, I'll do it as a new group. Okay. Alright, so by default, you know, I had the miter options set like that. So you can see what it did to try to trim things together, and, you know, it works pretty good. But, like, okay, this group 2, fuck it, I'll just do it with group 1, because apparently you don't have much options when it comes to editing things like that. But, you know, you can, you know, edit the kinds of cuts, but you can do what they call a cult cut, and, you know, and that selects all members, as you can see. And so if we did that, you know, you can see kind of what it did, although that's, you know, a little bit in error, I guess. But, you know, it kind of drafts that around, you know, that curvature on the side of our tube, so they all fit together nice and snug. I'd hate to be the one having to frickin' cut those out with an angle grinder, but, you know, I'll tell you, you know, it's a nice looking fitting, you know, all around. Would create a nice tight weld, you know, as opposed to just the open space that it had before. Now you'll notice if I select certain groups, you know, different options are available. But like I said, you know, if you select one of these other groups, you know, you can choose the gap distance, like between groups, the G2 distance. So that's between groups. Let's see what this does. Anyway, yeah, that seems to pretty much do that. Okay, you know, when another interesting thing, you know, we were using the you know, like, for example, the view profile or locate profile before, just to zoom up on a joint. Damn it. This is actually, there's more to this, because you can actually select various points, have your profile based on that point for the group we're in. So, you know, it won't update other groups necessarily to that profile location. But, you know, I can put it, you know, at any point that it'll allow you to select. What the hell is that doing? Huh. but I guess you can hit locate profile again and select a different point, etc. So, and then let's see what that did. How screwed is the pooch? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's these aren't aligned anymore because of that. Now I'm too afraid to use the undo key in this piece of shit program, so I'm going to go and have to reset it. Okay, and since this stupid zoom thing doesn't work well, it comes back. Oh, by the way, believe it or not, okay, when we locate the profile, alright, when you base it off like some arbitrary point like that, that mirror profile that we saw earlier somewhere, oh, right here, actually mirrors it. So anyway, that's what that did. I was wondering what that did earlier. Alright, so now, let's say we wanted to change just one corner and not all of them universally. Well, we got that magenta dot, which allows us to go in and change the type. So wow, that's weird. Why would I want to merge it? It's supposed to be welded, right? You can set the corner specific weld gaps, and sometimes you can cycle amongst groups, obviously. So anyway, but that way I can, edit the corners individually. So that one's that way, and the other ones are still this way. Okay, let's go back in and take a look at this. Let's edit this point here. Now we have two groups that we could select. And notice, oh, and by the way, this merge miter joints, like if we wanted to select this whole group and like set it as a merge miter joint, what that will do is it will convert it to one single piece. But that's an example of like if I were to take this tube here and cut a 45-degree angle out of it without cutting it completely in half and then just bending it and then welding it, that's why you would want to use that, if that's what you're going to do. But at any rate, we got two groups. This is one group and this is another, or this is one group and this is another. I forgot how I formed it. But they have a set corner specific weld gaps, you can do that. But they have this trim order thing, and it was set to to one on the other, then two here. That means, group one has priority, in how it's trimmed. But if I set them both to the same order, two or more gaps have the same trim order. Same trim order groups miter each other, and so no other end condition options are available. Okay, that's groovy. So basically, stomp out of it, and that's made a miter corner, where they're all cut and mitered properly. So it's pretty slick. Okay, now before, we noticed that, okay, we got these little weird sections in here, but that can actually be edited with the trim extend command. And you can edit multiple of these at a time, but I think they still got to be, related to each other in a particular way. But you select the body, then you look for a trim body, and this we got to set to face instead of body. Oh shit. Boy, I tell you what, this thing gets even more annoying when you're in this fucking mode. Way more annoying. Okay. I guess you could specify a weld gap if you wanted to. But hit that, and patches it up nice and proper. But you can, again, like I could have edited all these at once if I wanted to. That looks okay there. That's pretty good looking there. Now this, I'm not so sure about that, so hit enter to go back into the command, which happens to work. And let's try the bodies command. Now, allow extension, if I see what happens. Okay, rebuild error. Rebuild error. Alright, fuck it. It's actually kind of doing that on both sides. Okay. But, that just kind of cut it off flush. I sort of liked it better before, but, the point is it got rid of that little thing. And the trim extend bodies too, you will notice these little flags that pop up, giving the option to keep certain parts, and sometimes it'll be more detailed than that, but you can switch it from keep to discard, and it'll make it go away. But I just wanted to show you those.